6th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me.
Alright, so let me give you a disclaimer at the beginning of this one. Due to the fact that recording in this DS emulator makes the game run very slowly, I couldn't just set up a microphone and record myself spouting ignorant nonsense whilst playing the game like I normally do, because then the footage and the audio would be terribly out of sync. So I'm actually recording this after playing the game. So yeah, nice filler words I'm throwing in there. This is the very first time I played this game, and I'm sure it can be fun to play on the DS, but playing it on an emulator is a giant pain in the ass, especially when it's running at slow speeds, because the way the game controls when you hold your DS normally is you'd use your left hand on the holding the DS and the cross pad to move Samus backwards and forwards and strafe left and right. You tap the shoulder button with your index finger to shoot, and then you would hold the stylus. You hold the little plastic pin thingy on the bottom screen and move it around kind of like a mouse in a FPS, and tap it to jump. And I mean, I guess you can get used to that on a DS, but using the emulator, I basically had to hold my gamepad in my left hand to move and shoot, and then use my mouse and click on the bottom screen of the emulator to simulate looking around, and it was just very disorienting, as you can see by I'm not a super pro or anything, but it makes it even harder to play a game that I've never played before. This game's very action-y, very action-oriented. It's, I guess, like a super scaled-down version of Prime. And from what I understand, it has, like, arena multiplayer where you run around killing people, which doesn't seem very Metroid-y, but if you've played it before and you think it's fun, leave it in the comments, all 6 of you. As you can see from the little footage, it does have the scan visor feature from Prime that you use to open door stuff, and it has little cutscenes like this. Alright, actual enemies. Not too bad. I didn't really, because of the way the FPS was all messed up, and the controls are so wonky for me, a lot of these battles in this video, I just kind of stand there and let them wail on me while trying to shoot them all to death. It makes it more of a point and click adventure game style. Actually, it's not anything like that. I just wanted to use the phrase point and click. I noticed that every time I hold the button down to charge the charge beam, you'll see it shoots like 3 or 4 times first. I don't know if that happens when you're normally playing the game on a DS, or if it's just because of my control pad or whatever. Now that I think about it, I do have a physical copy of this. You saw me open it at the damn beginning of the video and put it in a 3DS. It's one I borrowed from a friend to make this video. So I guess at some point I could sit down and actually play the game, and it might be rather enjoyable. Who knows? I might learn something this Christmas. Grinch style. Honestly don't know what the scope of this game's like adventure mode is. I had assumed it was just going to be like a fighting game where Samus just goes from arena to arena killing the rival bounty hunter guys, but apparently you journey around and get items and shit, so who knew. Oh, I remember this room. Watch in amazement as I absolutely refuse to scan that crystal thing in the middle of the room. I just run from door to door like an idiot. Like a dog that's been locked in a room waiting for its owners to come home. I saw on the radar at the bottom blips in that direction, in case you're wondering why I just started shooting the wall in a very paranoid fashion. That looked like a door to me. What do you think? Well, fuck you. I assume you said something condescending. You may have been like, yeah, I think it's a door too. And then I yelled, fuck you. And you're like, oh, there's this guy here. I mean, I try to defend him. Oh yeah, that's when I figured you could actually turn into a morph ball. So that's pretty cool. It didn't really benefit me anyway right there, but it makes the game, it made it a lot less disorienting to move around because I wasn't having to simulate dragging a stylus. Is it stylus or style? That's, yeah. I know I make stupid baiting for comment jokes, but seriously, if you're watching this, leave a comment on whether you pronounce it stylus or stylus. Just turn it into a ball for the hell of it. Why not? Ugh. I'm sitting here watching this, a game I played, and commenting on it, and it's boring. So I can only fucking imagine. It's like 2 layers of boring for you. Obligatory Inception joke. Look, I decided, oh hey, I could scan this thing in the middle of the room. These guys fucking spawn forever. I remember this fight. There's just no fucking end to them. And by that I mean there's a lot of them because obviously there's an end to them at some point. This is rather relaxing, actually. Just sitting back, commentating. I might have to do this style of commentary anymore. This is the first of my videos I've ever done where it's not me actively playing the game and yelling into a microphone. So I feel like I can be a lot calmer and, I don't know, make a lot less of the same stupid jokes I make over and over. That might be the charm, though. God damn, so many of these little fucking things. That's aggravating to watch. I remembered from Metroid Prime that if you charge in your charge beam, it pulls items towards you. I'm like a monkey with a typewriter. I can be taught. What kind of analogy is that? Some artifact discovered. It's like Indiana Jones. I guess Metroid is like space Indiana Jones. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. They let themselves be known so quickly with their little whoop noise. Of course, if I was a little Century robot shot lasers, I'd probably make little whoop noises too. I like how right here it just blatantly tells you to turn to a morph ball and go in there to get a, I think it's an energy tank. Yeah, it's real Metroid-y. Why don't they just go back and patch Super Metroid so that there's an arrow on the screen telling you where every item is hidden? I'm telling you. They need to make another classic 2D Metroid. They need to get off their fucking asses. They need to stop letting Team Ninja fucking wreck the franchise. Oh, spoilers for one of the days of Samus is coming up. But they need to fucking let this crowd just brush them aside and be like, look, we got this, alright? We used to make Metroids. We're going to make them again. They're like, fine, gosh, whatever. Jesus, just try to fucking be nice and make a Metroid where you run around holding your Wiimote sideways like some kind of jackass, and Samus is a whiny bitch and needs a strong, big man to tell her when she can use her weapons, but apparently that's not what you want. I wonder when I get to whatever day Metroid Other M is, if I like it or not. I mean, oh, what are in those other Christmas presents? I didn't open them all in a row and record the footage and then go back and add this gameplay to it. I opened them each individually on the day these videos are released. The illusion is maintained. In all honesty, though, I was so proud of my wrapping paper job I did on those packages. It was like I was a damn Macy's professional. Oh, there's the first guy. I don't know what his name is. I guess I'll go on the wiki and I'll put a little annotation there. And if you're watching this on an iPhone, then you won't see it. So I'm terribly sorry. I might actually add it directly into the video file. That way anyone watching this on a mobile device that doesn't allow annotations can see his name, because it's that fucking important. He's some asshole that turns into a green bug thing. I act like that's weird. I'm so used to Samus turning into a ball, even when she doesn't have a power suit. Well, in the original Metroid with the Justin Bailey thing, she could turn into a ball. And I was going to talk about other games, but really, I shouldn't spoil them because don't want to ruin Christmas for the 9th time. I wish I had done the 8 days of Samus and made it Hanukkah themed, and then I'd only have to do 8 videos. I'd only have 2 left. Actually, I like making these videos. I don't know why I want to cut it down. Plus, I don't know shit about Hanukkah except what Rugrats taught me, and that's that the Rugrats are fucking idiots and interpret everything that happens around them incorrectly. Something about potato pancakes, which sound delicious. They sound like fucking hash browns with syrup on them. If any people of the Hebrew faith are watching this video, leave a comment about potato pancakes. I'm caught up in all this intense bot shooting action. I can't think of anything to say. How much longer have I got? Oh, Jesus. I got like 6 minutes left. Well, here's an intense battle.
Prepare to fight.
And by intense, I mean I chased this asshole around shooting missiles at him and hit him a couple of times, and then he finally stands still long enough and I get 900 fucking headshots. Like FPS Doug. FPS Doug. Do they still make pure ownage? I might have to look that up after this commentary. Is this where I go into headshot madness? I don't think it is. Nah, he moves around some more. Yeah, apparently these other bounty hunters are the ones you can play as in the multiplayer deathmatch. Why does a Nintendo franchise on the Nintendo DS have a deathmatch mode? I mean, Mario Kart I can understand. Metroid Kart, do it. Samus could be in a little gunship, and she's like, "Oh, I'm Samus, I am." Saints preserve us. I don't know why she's a stereotypical Irishman. Look at all them headshots. My God.
Headshot. 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 Headhunter.
I'd never really played Quake. I only know that voice because fucking every server on Counter-Strike had to have that shit. You connect to a Counter-Strike server you've never been on, you're going to be downloading some fucking MP3 files. I tell you that.
Dominating!
Holy shit!
Alright. Now, touching that made that little door open. And in the brief time frame that elapsed, I somehow completely forgot that, like the fucker in Memento. And so I jump up here and I'm like, "Oh, there's a door there. Don't trust this man's lies. He killed your wife. It's tattooed on your arm." And I run over here and act like a jackass for another 20 minutes. Fucking Andor and his lies. Oh god, I need to beat Final Fantasy 12 someday, but I don't want to. I really don't. On the one hand, it's a Final Fantasy game, but on the other hand, it's Final Fantasy 12. How did I get into this discussion about Final Fantasy 12 in a Metroid video? Anyone watching this played Metroid or Final Fantasy 12? I'm not going to directly ask you to leave it in comments. I'm just saying they're there. Did you hear that little like original Metroid theme jingle in the background of that? That was pretty cool. Man, it's a hell of a way to open the door. At least you're not pushing blocks like Link. Which reminds me, if you're really in the Christmas mood from watching these Zelda or Metroid videos, then you know you can go back into my uploads and see 12 Days of Link. They're there, and unlike the 12 Days of Mario that came the year before, they're actually watchable. But the 12 Days of Mario were made by me pointing a fucking camera at a TV screen like a jackass, and they're terribly edited, so you don't really have to watch those if you haven't. You're not missing much. Wonder what I'll do next year. 12 days of... Let's see what's on my game shelf that's next to me, because it's obviously more interesting than me jumping around on platforms. 12 days of Beautiful Joe. Henshin a go-go, baby. I own one Beautiful Joe game, but I could play it for 12 days. How many are there? Beautiful Joe 2, Beautiful Joe Mario Party Madness. He's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I guess that's it. Did he have any portable games? It feels like he would. Alright, fuck that. No, Beautiful Joe, you're next. How about, let's look at some of my older games. The 12 Days of Star Tropics. Son, do you hear that? I have Star Tropics and Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. Is it Zoda? I can't read it. My room is very dark. It is! Oh, I think the video is about to end. Oh well. I don't think I'll be doing 12 Star Tropics videos, but you'll just have to wait till next year. Whatever happened to Star Tropics? Nintendo killed it. God damn it. I blame Shigeru Miyamoto directly. The chinless son of a bitch.